Alright, so this is my first flight with my quadcopter. My quadcopter is a Syma X5C. Now, the reason why I chose the X5C is when I was doing my research on it, on which quadcopter to get, I wanted something that was good quality, affordable, ready to fly, easy to learn how to fly, and had a camera with it, all inside the box, all for a decent price. And I pretty much found that with the Syma X5C. I've been pretty pleased with this deal. Now, there was one disappointment here, and that's the SD card reader. The SD card adapter where you change it from so it'll fit to the computer or your laptop or wherever you're uploading it to. That SD card reader kind of sucks, or the SD card adapter, sucks. And that can easily be remedied by getting another SD card adapter. Now, but other than that, I mean, this is a really sweet quadcopter. My other recommendation for this is to get extra batteries, because this thing's going to be hard to put down. Also, you can find it on Amazon, the 5 battery charger. That would be the way to go with that one. So you can charge 5 batteries at a time as opposed to waiting for each and every battery to charge to buy multiple battery chargers. I will say with this one, when I got this, I was able to take it out of the box, look over it, went through the manual a little bit to look over the controls, look over the warnings, stuff like that. Hooked it up, hooked the batteries up, installed the batteries in the remote, and I was ready to go. I mean, I was able to fly it around a little bit in the apartment, just lightly, just get a feel for the controls, learn the controls a little bit, get comfortable with them. And then maybe, I think a few weekends after that, when I had the chance, I went out to the lake here because I wanted to test it out outside, obviously, I also wanted a place where it wasn't so crowded, where I could have a scenic view, and where I could hike with it. I mean, look, you get footage over that water right there. That was pretty enjoyable to me. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why I like this thing, is because it's just hard to find a way to get footage like that without actually having a plane or having a helicopter. And even then, there's you got some difficulties there. In fact, I can't really think of any other way to get video footage like that without the quadcopter. But if somebody has an idea, let me know. Some of the issues I had out there, obviously the wind, which I already knew about already. Know a thing or two about basic aviation. That wind plays a factor. No way around that. One of the other issues I had, and this is probably more my control issue with the throttle, is that I had issues sometimes getting the quadcopter to stay at the altitude I wanted it to. It either go way low or, and I have to pick it up to keep it from hitting the ground, or the other thing is that, and this happened more often than not, was that the thing would get up a little too high, and then I'd have trouble seeing which way the quadcopter was oriented. So that was another thing. Dealing with wind here, I mean, it dealt with the wind pretty well. In fact, there were only a few times it was really fighting with the wind, and that was because I was flying it directly into the wind, and the wind had picked up. But other than that, I mean, quadcopter handled pretty well. The other warning I would say with this one is you got to be careful, because the wind will take these things away like that. Other things to be cognizant of, and this is something I like to follow. I don't like to be really rough with it or try to hot dog it too much, because again, I'm still learning and I'm trying to build up my skills slowly but surely. And I'm trying to get it to where I've got more precise control over it before I try all the other stuff or try to race it around. Obviously, the faster it's going when it crashes, the worse the crash is probably going to be, right? So to save yourself some time and some heartache from wrecking the thing and having to go buy another one, save yourself some money of not having to go out and buy a whole bunch of new quadcopters, it's just sometimes better to take it slow and steady, huh? like what I'm about to do here with this. And you just can't do this with any other method, get the same footage. But I had to do that day, you know. But, you know, go right over the water like that and then give the ducks a little bit of a buzz. But, yeah, I mean, that'd definitely be fun. It was definitely fun that day. Look at the footage you get of the plant life under the water, huh? I mean, you just wouldn't be able to do that just walking out in the water. You kick up too much dirt. But anyway, how I found out about this hobby, it's kind of funny. I didn't find out about this hobby till I saw the episode of South Park with the quadcopters in there. And, you know, it's like one of those things. It's like, wow, yeah, do they really have these things? I did a search on it and started looking into it. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty interesting. You know, I've always been fascinated with aviation. And there are a few times before, you know, I wish I had one of these things. Thinking back, you know, some of the videos I could have taken to some of the places I've been. But, you know, speaking of which, I mean, South Park's actually showed me a few things I had no idea about. I didn't have any idea about the Jersey Shores till I saw that episode of South Park, and I figured out I wanted to know what a Snooki was, or who Snooki was. The first thing pulled up was a video of this woman getting jacked in the face. I'm like, okay, what are these people into? But anyway, but yeah, I mean, just ended up being something that I figured I'd be interested in, and I have been pretty interested in it ever since. So I'll let y'all enjoy the rest of this footage. Y'all take her easy.